message. So I truly have been working in the background on a couple of things. And one of the things that was happening, mental health is so key for all of us. And I found myself overwhelmed, overwhelmed, where it was affecting me physically when it came to my work. How you gonna say low battery you plugged in? Ain't you plugged in? Hold up. And so I decided that I would take some time to, have some conversations with somebody that can help me process whatever is happening in my life. I think that therapy is good for us. If we need it, we should do it. So I did it. And I have been granted some time off from work. I could breathe. I slept. I don't even know what time I went to bed. I went to bed early and I didn't have to go outside at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning. I don't even know. I had to look on my app to see how many hours of sleep I got because I know I rested. But you know how when you first rest, you still tired. I'm still tired. But one of the things that happened yesterday, I was attempting to help the manager that's taken over for me by, just doing some stuff and giving them information because I had to turn in my phone, my work phone. I turned in I didn't have to turn in my laptop and I didn't have to turn in my truck. And when I went to go help him, to just some stuff that needed to be done for payroll. So I go in to open it, and when I typed in my credentials, it said access denied. I laughed because in the moment, it wasn't just my computer talking, life was talking. You can no longer go back to the person you used to be. Access denied. When God closes the door to your old life, sometimes the greatest blessing isn't that new doors open, it's that old ones locked behind you. Sometimes life will give you a whole sermon without preaching. 2 words, access denied. I wasn't locked out because I did something wrong. I was locked out because the chapter is closing. When I think about the symbolism, I turned in my phone. My laptop no longer recognizes me. It said access denied. I am currently standing between two worlds. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't have to go to work at night. So it's so powerful to stand between what I used to do and what I'm going to do. The old life, the door is closed. Access denied. And it's not about rejection, it's about expiration. Sometimes we keep trying to go back into versions of ourselves that we've already outgrown. The old identity, the old fears, the old job, the old paycheck, the old relationships, the old excuses. And life simply says, access denied. And sometimes the access denied doesn't come cut and dry. Access denied comes in, it's not working. Not working. Doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good. Access denied. Not because you are unworthy, but because you don't belong there anymore. The next chapter is talking. God was talking when I saw access denied. Access denied to your old job. Sometimes the greatest confirmation that you're moving forward is discovering you can no longer go backward. Can't go back. What part of your life keeps saying access denied? What relationship keeps locking you out? What mindset keeps rejecting you because it no longer fits who you are becoming? What old identity are you still trying to log into? Sometimes we keep trying to revisit expired seasons. Isn't it interesting how often we try to go back? We go back to old jobs, old relationships, old thinking, old habits, old fears, old versions of ourselves, not because they're good for us, but because they feel familiar. Human beings often choose familiar discomfort over unfamiliar freedom. Familiar discomfort over unfamiliar freedom. Sometimes we stay in environments that drain us simply because we know how to survive there. You know how to survive where you are? But growth doesn't happen in familiar prisons. Growth happens when you are willing to be unfamiliar with your old self. Sometimes we're praying for open doors while quietly trying to keep the old key to the old one. You can't fully walk in tomorrow while holding on to yesterday with both hands. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, forget the former things. Do not dwell in the past. See, I am doing a new thing. I'm doing a new thing. Not because the past was bad, but because the future needs all of your attention. All of your attention, not some of it, all of it. When we hear no, we often hear or think we failed. But sometimes no is protection. Sometimes closed is preparation. Sometimes access denied simply means you no longer have permission to live beneath who you've become. You no longer have permission to live beneath who you've become. Think about that. My credentials worked earlier in the day, yesterday. Today, they don't work. Not because they were wrong, because my assignment changed. That spoke to me loud and clearly. Some of us are frustrated because what we used to do doesn't work anymore. What used to work doesn't work anymore. Maybe you're not supposed to fit there anymore. Not every closed door is your enemy. Some are your graduation ceremony. You graduated from that thing. Be okay with your graduation. And everybody is not invited to what's on the other side of the graduation. Our identity has levels to it. One thing I learned is that every new season requires a new identity. The woman who started this journey couldn't sustain the life I'm building now. That woman survived. That woman creates. That woman reacted. That woman responds. That woman worried. That woman prepared. That one woman wondered why or whether she was enough. That woman understands that her value isn't determined by a job title. Many of us spend time and years introducing ourselves by what we do, not who we are. I'm a manager, I'm an employee, I'm retired, I'm divorced, I'm unemployed. But those are circumstances. They are not identities. Who are you if the title disappears? Who are you if the paycheck changes? Who are you if nobody claps? That's the person we are discovering now. And sometimes your body knows before your mind does. This morning I realized something else. I'm still tired. I'm still tired. For months, maybe even years, my body stayed on high alert. Late nights, high responsibility, pressure, managing people, solving problems, always thinking into the next crisis. Now my body is finally realizing we don't have to do that tonight. And sometimes after surviving for so long, your nervous system doesn't even realize that it's safe yet. Healing takes time. Rest isn't weakness. Rest is repair. If your body is asking for rest today, listen, your future will thank you. Imagine doing something for so long and all of the emotions and feelings that come up from doing that thing for so long, and then all of a sudden it stops. Body is like, what? We going to sleep? Turn the lights off? Make it black, make it quiet? Hmm. My future self is already thanking me for the rest. When God said, forget the former things and do not dwell in the past, because I am doing a new thing. It also says in that scripture, I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams and in the wasteland. Notice God said, I'm not making the old thing terrible. He simply says, do not dwell there. Because while you're staring at yesterday, you might miss what he's creating today. And when you think about the two places, the place where you are and the place where you're going, what do you need to release in order for you to really take hold of the new life? Who do you need to release in order for you to take hold of the new life? There will always be somebody, and these are people that we love and care about, that may not agree with your new self. I heard somebody say, I'm leaving my town. And when I leave my town, I'm leaving my boyfriend too. I said, wait a minute, hold up. What you mean? He can't go. He can't go to this new chapter right now. And I don't know what that means for our relationship, but what I do know is God is sending me on alone. I'm like, sheesh. That is growth. That is trust. Man, I said, I'm so proud of you. Because a lot of people won't do that. What they will do is say, come on back, we out. We out. Say he my husband, not my boyfriend. I mean, he my boyfriend, not my husband. And if it's meant for us to be together, we will. But for right now, this chapter that I have to build, this new thing that I must do, doesn't include him with me. That's a risk too, because suppose he don't wait. Suppose he say, that feels like rejection, so I'm out. But when I see the happiness on her face, she arrived safe and sound in a new town, and I'm just blown out. Like, what? I think about how many people that need to be released, if not for a time, even forever. Some people that you are with are blocking your very blessing because since they can't go with you, the door won't open until you realize that they can't go. That's my whole life. Realizing that this thing can't go into the new season. This person can't go into the new season. I want God to bless me with all the things, all the stuff, all the life that I want to live. I want God to bless me. So if somebody can't go, they can't go because I see it. You know, they say faith, the evidence of things not seen. But it's not seen to the world, but it's seen to you. God has already shown you. And if you really look at the vision, you will see who is with you and who's not. And if you don't see familiar faces, and maybe you see all new faces, or maybe you see no faces, then that means you go alone. That means people, places, and things have to be let go. What in your life needs access denied? Ask yourself some honest questions. What deserves an access denied sign in my life? Maybe it's negative self talk, people who only call when they need something. Maybe it's the fear of success, fear of failure, scarcity thinking, people pleasing, perfectionism, procrastination, carrying guilt that you already learned from. Every time one of those thoughts try to log back into your life, imagine a screen that simply says, access denied. Not today. That version of me does not live here anymore. Every time that negative self-talk comes up and try to say something to you, you say access denied. When the people who call, who only call when their world is falling apart or when they need something, oh girl, I'm so sorry to hear that. But in my mind, access denied. When I hear that person that just says, girl, can you just loan me? You know that person that calls you every time they need money, but they call you every single month? You have become part of their equation. You have become a part of their budgeting. Access denied. The fear that everything just might go right. The fear that everything is probably going to be good. We let that fear go too. Access denied. The fear that is not going to work out. The fear of failure. Oh my God, it's not going to work. Access denied. The person who believed that no longer lives here. Scarcity thinking is just not enough. Myron Golden said, believing that it's not enough for everybody is like believing there's not enough air for everybody. Let me only breathe a little bit because I don't want to take the air that's over there for Tori. It's enough for everybody. Access denied. And doing things because you just want people to be happy with you, pleased with you, that person no longer lives here either. Access denied. Oh, everything got to be perfect. Oh, it's not perfect. Oh my God, I can't let it out because it's not perfect. Access denied. Procrastination, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. That person no longer lives here either. Access denied. Carrying guilt you've already learned from. Why are you still beating yourself up about that thing? That person doesn't live here anymore. Access denied. Every time those thoughts try to log back into your head and log back into your life, put the screen up that says access denied. That old version of me no longer here, no longer lives here. Let's declare together, I no longer need permission to become who I was created to be. I release expired identities. I release expired assignments. I release expired relationships. I release expired fear. I embrace the new version of myself. I welcome new opportunities. I welcome new peace. I welcome new purpose. My past no longer has administrative access to my future. I no longer need permission to become who I was created to be. What does that look like and feel like? I no longer need permission to become who I was created to be. There is a version of you that does not doubt. There is a version of you that does not fear. There's a version of you that is extremely successful because that is who you were created to be. Now, I no longer need permission to become that person. I don't need your permission to be great, to be who God created me to be. And the more you do the things, the more you do them, the more you will realize who you were created to be. Release all expired versions of you. the ones that people please and procrastinate. We are no longer doing that. I release all expired assignments. I'm no longer showing up for that, showing up for them. It is expired. I am no longer assigned to be your doormat. I am no longer assigned to give you things that I really don't have to give you. I release expired relationships. That could be mama, papa, daddy, sister, brother, boyfriend, husband, whoever. If the relationship no longer feels right and you know it's over with, gotta let you go. So sorry. I am not taking expired relationships because that is part of the thing that is blocking you from getting everything that God has for you. I'm releasing expired fear. I am no longer fearing what is next. I'm more excited about what's next. Oh, God, what's next in my life? I am embracing the new version of me, the new version of myself. Welcome new opportunities, new chances to do the new thing, and welcome new peace of God, new purpose. Might be old purpose, but renewed. And no longer allowing your past to have administrative access to your future. We got to let it go. It is no longer welcome, nor is it needed for this next version of your life. Today, I want you to take out a piece of paper when you get a moment, and I want you to write access denied. Then underneath, make two columns. Column one, what I am no longer giving access to. Write down thoughts, habits, fears, people, or patterns that no longer belong in your life. Then in the second column, write what am I giving access to? Peace, healing, rest, joy, purpose, abundance, healthy relationships, opportunity, confidence, faith. Because every time you deny access to something unhealthy, you create room for something better. What is the something better that you could be inviting? Column one, what am I no longer giving access to? If you got something to put in that column, put a one in the chat. What you are no longer giving access to. Do you have things that go in that column? Tell me. Lynn put 14 ones. How about you, Erica? You got some stuff to go in that column? Come on, Nisi. I see you. Don't hesitate either. Any thought, any habits, any fears, people, that's a big one. That's a big one. And old patterns that no longer belong in your life. What about column two? You got something to put in column two? What you are giving access to? Imagine giving access to peace. Imagine giving access to healing. How about giving access to rest? Rest is repair. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not weakness. We know that some of the best athletes, they rest. They get massages. They do cold plunges. They do all kinds of things to give their body rest and repair so they can show up and be their best self when it's time to play the game again. Well, you need to do the same thing for the game of life. Rest. How about giving access to joy? Things that make you feel good. How about access to healthy relationships? Ones that don't make you work harder than they do. Ones that don't argue. Ones that are open to conversation about how to make things better. How about giving access to opportunity? Access to confidence, access to faith. Because every time you say no to something unhealthy, and do and say yes to something good, your world opens up to bigger and better, amazing things. I'm already excited for what is next. It has truly been a journey, difficult at times, trying at times, but we are access denying things that no longer serve us, access denied to the fear, to the anger, to the things that no longer serve us, access denied to patterns that no longer belong in your life, but we are absolutely giving administrative access to peace, to healing, to rest, to joy, to purpose, to abundance, to healthy relationships, to opportunity, to confidence, to faith. Hey, Allison, because every time we do it, we grow, we get better, we get to do the things that we really want to do. When I saw the words access denied, I really smiled. Not because I lost something, but because I realized I had truly been released from the old life. And you can too. Sometimes the computer says what your spirit has been trying to tell you all along. This chapter is complete. Don't keep knocking on a door that no longer recognizes you. Walk boldly toward the life that is already yours with your name on it. Becoming the person that God created you to be. Walk boldly in it. It's your turn and it's your time. How much longer are you going to wait for it? If you realize you've been trying to log back into a life that no longer fits you, you don't have to navigate that transition alone. Whether you're rebuilding after burnout, healing emotional wounds, navigating a major life change, or simply ready to become the person that you know you are meant to be, I love to walk alongside you. You can schedule a discovery session with me, explore some of the emotional healing, join the Healing House of Roses for some experience, or become a part of our community. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation to help you stop looking at the closed door and start walking toward the old one. And the first thing you could do is come to Sister Circle tonight. Sister Circle is tonight, 7 o'clock. in person and virtual in the Zoom room. So all you got to do is pop in there and we will be waiting for you. I'm so grateful and thankful for all that I get to do in this space. God continues to bless me. And one of the things that has happened is I have been given a way to help people to heal even faster using this particular stem cell product. So if you know somebody that's struggling with diabetes or high blood pressure or heart congestion or arthritis or AFib or asthma or COPD or inflammation or liver or kidney or gout or high cholesterol, MS, Crohn's, dementia, Alzheimer's, autoimmune, and Parkinson's, discover the secret that was once reserved for only the elite. Now it's available to people like us. A simple way to clean your blood that cleans disease. And it simply helps the body to release its own power and helps the body to thrive and heal. So if you want to know more about that, absolutely send me a direct message for that. Your life is truly in your blood. So with that being said, does anybody have anything they want to add before we go? I know I said a lot.
The Rice Center on Thursday.
Oh, yes. We will be at the Russell Center on Thursday. And I would really appreciate it if those of you who are in Atlanta could move some things around and come and see what we have going on. We have been working diligently to create this space for growth and for those of us who really want to break free from poverty to, I don't know, the elite side, the good side, the money side. And that's exactly what we're doing. And we would love to take some of you with us. Go ahead, Noreen.
Greetings, everyone. Happy day. Like I've said, Darlena, everything that you're saying is all in tune, right? So, like yesterday, I didn't do too much. I was led to rest and use the rest of July to prepare for August, resting in God. And then with the identity part, a video came up on my feed recently, and it's called 6 Months Left in 2026. It's time to lock in your new identity, the reset you need. So, when stuff comes up on my feed, I usually watch it, and it's usually something I that's for me in that time.
Yes.
So you're talking about changing identity. So I'm working on changing my identity to what it needs to be for the rest of for each month this year. So with that video, I will share it in the Telegram because it's like right in it's in the season. It's in season.
Absolutely. Yes. 6 months left. 6 months left. And some people are in danger of leaving this year the same way you came in. We can't do that. Become the person that God created you to be. Don't wait, lean in. Pay attention to the things that show up in your life when you ask God for something. Pay attention to what shows up because what's showing up is your answer. So pay attention. I can tell you, me stepping into the seasons that I'm stepping into, it's shaky in my mind because my mind is going someplace that has never been before. My body is going someplace that's never been before. I know that my life is a mirror of your life. And so see me and see you. Don't wait until you're 61 years old or older to try to figure things out or try to or wait till this age to bet on yourself. Because for the first time in a long time, I'm betting on me. Betting on me. So I'm going to leave us with this declaration. And if you want, we can declare it together. And it starts with the words, I no longer need permission to become who I was created to be. I release expired identities. I release expired assignments. I release expired relationships. I release expired fear. I embrace the new version of myself. I welcome new opportunities. I welcome new peace. I welcome new purpose. My past no longer has administrative access to my future. So thank you everybody for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station. Bye for now.